welcome to our vlog. I'm your host, Eliana.
And I'm your other host, Haley.
On today's episode 54, we will be talking about mathematicians of the world.
Yeah, and our first segment is going to be about what a mathematician is and what they do.
Our second segment, we will be talking about famous mathematicians.
And on our third and final segment, we will be interviewing the best mathematician that we know.
The Jesse Johnson.
Yeah. Welcome to segment 1.
We believe a mathematician is someone who uses high-level mathematics and technology to help develop new ideas and solve real-world problems.
Mathematicians come in many different ways. Some work in schools while others work in offices. And there are many different jobs for you to get, such as an accountant, a budget analyst, a meteorologist, a financial planner, an actuary, and more.
Soft skills of a mathematician include teamwork, communication, and resilience. Some hard skills may include algebra, geometry, calculus, and more.
The job of a mathematician can change from day to day. Most will work with formulas and data to solve problems and equations.
The salary of a mathematician varies a lot based on where you work and what you do. The range is about $62,000 to $180,000 per year.
A good thing about this job is that you would be able to work with many different people throughout the day. So to succeed in this career, you would need to be able to work well with others.
The overall job of mathematician is projected to grow about 11% in the next 10 years, which is a little faster than normal. On average, there will be about 2,500 job openings available each year. Have you ever wondered the energy source of our vlog?
Well, it's a bubbler.
Bubblers have only 5 calories in a whole can.
Yeah, and it's natural caffeine, so it's good for you.
Yes, you also get immune support and many other benefits from drinking bubbler each and every day.
And there's many different flavors for you, like these ones.
Go purchase your own bubblers.
On to segment 2.
In our next segment, we'll be talking about some famous mathematicians and what they did. First, we'll be talking about Albert Einstein. He had a massive impact on physics and helped people look at astronomy differently.
He came up with the theory of general relativity. The theory of general relativity describes how mass and energy change in space and time.
In 1905, he came up with the formula E equals mc squared, which means energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. Many mathematicians still use this formula to this day.
A fun fact about Albert Einstein is that he had a really hard time speaking when he was younger and started to speak in full sentences normally at the age of 9.
Next, we'll look at Emmy Noether. During the 1920s, Emmy did a really impressive work on abstract algebra.
She worked in group therapy, ring therapy, group representations, and number theory.
She also contributed in making some theorems, which are a fundamental in mathematic physics.
Noether's specific theorem that she made stated, if a system has continuous symmetry, then there are corresponding quantities whose values are conserved in time.
Her theorem was a building block.
Bro, you guys have wasted over a minute just laughing.
Okay.
Her theorem was a building block for many parts of math and helped discover many other ideas and theorems. And this Redness scientific calculator for $20 is not your friend. It only does basic math problems, and look, it makes so much noise. You do not want to be sitting in class trying to do your math, and all you can hear is click, click, click. And you can barely see your screen. How are you supposed to figure out the answer?
But take a look at this. This TI-84 plus CE calculator is amazing. Makes little to no noise. Listen to this. Little to no noise when you're typing. And it even comes with a graph. Look at this. No work required. Just type in your stuff and you're good. And for the low price of $10,000, this can come home with you today.
Time to interview.
the best mathematician around.
So, what is your career pathway?
Well, I honestly didn't have a job until I was 16, and my first job was coaching baseball. I coached my brother, who was in 4th grade at the time, and I also coached 5th or 6th grade basketball, and we'd just travel around the state and do that. And then junior year, senior year, I did the same thing. And working with coaching and other kids, I realized that I wanted to become a teacher. Not to teach people, but to coach actually was the primary reason. And so I went to St. John's and I got a master's in math because they did not have a secondary education major, and because I despise elementary kids, absolutely hate them. And so I knew that was out of the question.
Okay.
And so had to be high school, so I majored in math, which realistically, good Lord, I could do anything else than teach with a math major, but I chose teaching. Once I was done with that, I started applying for jobs, and honestly, I looked for which ones I could coach at. And I had 2 interviews immediately in March before I finished student teaching, and the first one I did was Minnewaska. They hired me a day after my interview, and I didn't even go to the other one, so that's how I ended up here.
Nice.
Wow. Okay. So
That's nice.
why did you get into this?
Why? Well, there's a couple reasons. One, to coach. 2, I always get in trouble for saying this, but it's the truth. June, July, and August.
Oh.
I absolutely would despise working year round, and teaching allows me to have summers off.
Oh, that makes sense. Like, what's the average salary for like you or like people in your career?
That honestly depends on where you're at. I would say the average teacher salary in Minnesota is probably in the mid-60s. I would say the average teacher salary at Minnewaska here is 85 to 90,000.
Oh,
It all depends on
That's
if you
cool.
have a master's or not, or how many credits you get, but Minnewaska pays a lot better than most other districts.
Interesting.
nice. That's a fun thing to know.
So what would you do if you weren't a math teacher?
So I always knew I wanted to be a math teacher, or not a math teacher, a teacher in general. And when I was talking to my high school teachers, I was going to be a Phi Ed teacher.
Imagine that.
Yeah. And then I learned that you'd have to teach health.
Ooh.
And that was an absolute no, because I'm not discussing any of the topics in health. And so that was a no. I also didn't want to take bio or chem classes in college, which I knew you'd have to do at some point in time. So I went with the next best subject, which was math.
Okay.
That's debatable, but okay. What are like your favorite and like least favorite parts of being a math teacher?
Well, favorite parts is that in math, there's a right answer. Everything is just right or wrong. There's no gray area. That's why English is stupid, because it's so objective and it's pointless. Get that readings for SAPs. Make sure that's on there.
Oh dear.
Other than that, like as I said, June, July, and August, you only work half the year. We work only 182 days, which is less than half the year. And
That's some good math skills you're using.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Oh.
that's about it.
Oh, that's cool.
What do I like the least?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know if I can say this, so I'm gonna ignore that answer.
You could say it.
Meetings that are pointless. We have way too many of those. In-services, which are completely pointless. We have like 5 of those before the year starts. And kids that are immature. I'll just say it like that.
Oh, that's a good one. What's the one that you decided to ignore?
I won't say that in this meeting.
It's a blog.
It's okay. I still won't say it.
We just wanted to thank everyone who contributed to making our vlog.
We want to thank our anonymous videographer for making our vlog happen.